Good morning, Debbie Holloway here. Good morning, Debbie Holloway here. We've talked a lot about the changing market and the economy and things that are going on. And we've talked a lot about things that you should do. If you refer back, you'll to some of the previous calls that I've done. I've given you a lot of great ideas, things that I believe that you can do that will really help you not only in your business, but I think you in your personal life as well as we see the changes in our economy. What I want to talk about today, though, really, I guess isn't that different, but I think it's an interesting thing that I read, and I think it's something that I think would help us, and it's the habits of people with remarkable mental toughness. I want to read you this definition first. The ability to work hard, respond resiliently to failure and adversity. The inner quality that enables individuals to work hard and stick to their long-term passion and goals. That, my friends, is the definition of grit. And I think when a market changes, whether the market's really good or the market's really bad, you got to have grit in this marketplace. And when I think about grit, I think grit absolutely defines what every successful person possesses, because it takes extreme mental toughness to build the foundations for long-term success. And right now, we're just continuing to build the foundation we have. We want to continue the business we have. We don't want to go backwards. I've talked to so many agents in just the last few days that said all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks, their business has taken a hit. Well, if it's happening in real estate, it's happening in all businesses. So let's look at this. We know that people that are successful, they're really good at withstanding temptation. Now, when I say that, sometimes I think that I must not be really successful, because there's this place down the road that sells the best cinnamon rolls ever, and all I want to do is stop by every day and get one. Resisting temptation can be hard, but successful people do that. I think successful people, and consider yourself a successful person, one of the things that you're great at is that you are great at overcoming fear in order to do what you need to do. How many times have there been things that we know we needed to do? We didn't want to do them, they scared us, but we did them anyway. That's mental toughness. So I want to share with you some tips that will help you, I believe, with mental toughness. Number one, always act as if you're in control. You know, if some people say, well, if you try to control everything, you can't get anywhere. And that is 100% true. But what I'm talking about is always act as if you are in control of yourself. You're in control of what you say and what you do, how you are with other people. I mean, consider this. It's the same premise that applies to luck. A lot of people feel like when things happen to them that are great, well, it was all luck. Oh, that was just because I got lucky. I don't think it's luck. I think luck happens when you work hard enough and you are present in what you're doing every day. I think luck is an offshoot of hard work, in my opinion. That's just what I think. I think successful people, they do feel good about being lucky and feel that it did play a role in their success, but they don't wait for luck, or they don't worry about bad luck. They act as if success or failure is totally within their control. And I would say this, you cannot control luck, but you can definitely control you. I felt like my life was completely out of control starting towards the end of June. Within 1 week, I had a shoulder surgery, a major shoulder surgery. I had COVID, and I face planted and got a brain injury. And one of my horses died. Another one's being diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. And just all of these things kept piling on. And all I kept saying to myself is, I should go buy a lottery ticket. I'm sure my luck's going to change. But that's not what happened. What happened is that I had to take control. I had to take control of my physical therapy, my brain therapy. I went to the Amen Clinic and had my brain assessed. I took control of what I wanted to have happen, not wait for luck to get better. And I didn't buy a lottery ticket, but that's another story. So control. Act as if you're in control at all times. And I love this quote. You cannot control luck, but you can definitely control you. Number two, put aside the things you have no ability to impact. Mental strength is like muscle strength. No one has an unlimited supply. So understand there are things you can impact. It could be people, it could be politics, it could be family, it could be global warming, it could be so many different things. But understand that you can care, but don't think you can control it. Do what you can do. Go vote. Listen, be a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen with. It's whatever it is, do what you can do. Be your own change, but don't try to make everyone else change. Don't try to control that which you cannot control. Number 3, see your past as valuable training and nothing more. This one is so impactful. See your past as valuable training and nothing more than that. We all have a perspective on things based on how we were raised, but that doesn't have to be who we are. You can have a perspective on that. It can help formulate who you are. It's just the past. It doesn't define you. Think about what went wrong in terms of how you will make sure it doesn't happen again. Make sure you have people around you that will help guide you, walk with you, share with you the right path. Number 4, celebrate others' success. Celebrate others' success. I was just on a call with one of our great coaches for Tom Ferry, who is a gal that speaks French and just incredible woman. I didn't even know her until we were having this conversation. I'm like, this woman's really amazing, just amazing. And I think when I think about that, I want to celebrate her success. The reason we're taking our women's group here now and turning it into every week having you guys share a video of something that's your secret sauce, something that you've done really well, something you want to share is, I want to celebrate your success. The more of us doing this, the more women we help. Why not? So like I said on our last call, if you've got something that you do really, really well in your business or your life, or maybe it doesn't have anything to do with your current business, maybe it's like Amber Bain, it's a secondary thing that she does, it's her passion. I want you to create a 5-minute video and share it with me so that we can start putting this together and putting it on this page for all of our women. So celebrating the success of others. Don't feel bad if somebody else has had a success. Feel good for them. I think people are drawn more to us when we celebrate them instead of just us. Doesn't mean you don't celebrate yourself, because you do. Number 5, never allow yourself to whine or complain or criticize. Your words do have power. Let's be honest. What you say matters. And by the way, how you say it matters as well. Here's the thing. If all you do is whine about your problems, it makes you feel worse, not better. So if something goes wrong, don't waste your time complaining. All that does is put negative in your mind. Put that mental energy into making the situation better. Like what I had to do, and I didn't want to do it. I mean, this has been probably the worst 3 to 4 months of my life that I can think of. God forbid anything else happens. But it has been. But instead of complaining, I've just had to force myself to do the things that were uncomfortable, that were painful. But I did it, and I'm still not there. There's so much more I have to do. However, if all I do is whine and complain, where does that put me? Where does that put you? Do the same things with your friends and your colleagues. Don't just serve as a shoulder. You can let your friends whine, but you also got to help them make their lives better. Number 6, I love this one, focus on impressing yourself. Focus on impressing yourself. No one likes you for your clothes, your car, your possessions, your title, or your accomplishments. Those are just things. Those are what we are. That's not who we are or how we are with others. People may like your things, but that doesn't mean they like you. Genuine relationships will make you happier. And you only form genuine relationships when you stop trying to impress and start trying to just be you. Just be you. You'll have a lot more mental energy. It'll make it a lot easier to be mentally tough, because when we break down that wall of trying to be who we think we have to be, it never seems to work. I know I was telling this wonderful coach I was just talking to, Dee, about when I first met Tom Ferry in 1993 and all these years of working together with Tom and Kathy, and how Tom is like you see him. You know, a lot of people go on stage, a lot of people do things like what I'm doing right now, and they're a entirely different person, entirely different person. And then they get off stage and then they go to who they are. That's not Tom. I would never want to be one of those people. A good example, and I'm sorry for those of you watching. I know we're going over my usual limit, but this is a really good one. I got hooked on the Marvelous Ms. Maisel. So I started watching it, and there was an episode where there was this famous female comedian, and she was this big fat woman from the Bronx, and she was hilarious. And then Ms. Maisel goes over to meet her, and she didn't look anything like that. I mean, nothing like that. She was very refined, wasn't even from the Bronx, and she was a person on stage. That was her person, and that's what she was saying. You have to have a person. You have to be something on stage. It doesn't have to be who you are. People don't want to know who you are, and that's completely wrong. People do want to know who you are, and people love you for who you are. So think about that. Think about who you are versus a person you need to be. And the last one, number 7, and I think number 7 is so good. Oh, hey, Jordan, I saw that you just joined. Melanie's on. Good. Oh, Melanie, I just got so hooked on Miss Maisel. I was binge watching. Anyway, number 7, and this is the important one. Count your blessings. Take a second every night before you go to bed. Just lay in the dark, and for a moment, don't worry about what you don't have. Don't worry about what others have. Don't worry about what others say. Don't worry about what others do. Don't worry or think about anything about other than what you are grateful for, what you are thankful for. Think how good that would feel before you go to sleep. And if any of you are like me, my mind is going 1,000 miles a minute, which is also a real problem when you have a brain injury. What I've had to learn is slow it down at night before you go to bed. Just simply lay there and say, thank you, God, or thank you, universe. Here's what I'm grateful for. You know, we talk about doing our gratitudes every morning. I think we should do it every night before we go to sleep. Simply lay there and think about happy things, what we're grateful for. Think about that. It feels good. Feeling better about yourself is the best way to recharge your mental batteries. I think these 7 tips are something you should watch over and over. Maybe you want to share this on your page or with others, because I honestly believe that mental toughness is important. And I think the 7 tips I just gave you are really not that hard to do, are they? We went a little long today. Make it a great day. Next week, I think I'm going to have some great information on our WIRE event in Phoenix. I think we have a date nailed down, so I will let you know. Otherwise, I'd love your comments and feedback. Make it a great week.